Hello! Recently I've been using my Amiga 600 more and more, and well, it's started to become a little bit of a pain to use. You see, it's the keyboard. Some of the keys have just stopped working altogether. For example, the first few F keys. I've already checked out the membrane, I've even tried a graphite pencil trick, no joy. I actually think it's the keyboard's flat cable. I think it's worn out where it plugs into the connector on the motherboard, and it's just not worth the effort to try and repair it. So, in this video, we're simply going to replace it. Recently, I visited the fantastic ZZap Live Amiga event held in the UK. And whilst there, I visited the Digital Retro Bay shop, not a sponsor. And I purchased this replacement membrane, which includes this handy detachable cable as well. The advantage of this is it's actually solid, not a plastic membrane, so it should last a lot longer. And also, somehow if I damage this cable, I can just purchase a new one. So, let's get the keyboard out and take a look at the old membrane. But first, I just want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for your support. And if you'd like to support me in making future videos, then please follow the links in the video description. First, undoing the case screws and getting it apart. For anyone that hasn't opened up an Amiga 600 before, just watch out for this cable here that needs to be unclipped before you can open it. Once inside, usually for me the keyboard falls out of the lid, but this time it didn't, so a little bit more force is required. Getting into these keyboards is much easier than the Amiga 500. That thing has like a million screws. This on the other hand only has 17, so it's much easier. Interesting, the membrane's stuck down a little bit here. This obviously had some liquid spilled on it at some point. I thought we'd take a closer look at the membrane under the microscope. It doesn't look too bad to be honest, even the connector looks okay, although it's obviously showing some signs of wear and tear. The right Amiga key and alt keys were very dodgy. Looking closer at their pads doesn't really reveal anything special, although maybe this is related to the water ingress. And if I turn over the membrane, you can see it a lot more clearly. Weird how it only seems to affect those two buttons, but still, it's not how it should be. Taking a look at the back of the keys, they mostly look okay. There's a little bit of dirt, and this is where you need to be careful. Don't use isopropanol alcohol to clean these, it will damage them. Best to use warm water only. So, that's the old one removed and thrown away. Let's take a closer look at the new one. First, a close-up of the board, and you can see here all the pads look really good and clean. Most importantly, that's not copper either. Those are finished with ENIG, or Electroless Nickel Immersion Gold. Yes, gold, providing an excellent conductor. I shouldn't have any problems with this one. Back to my normal camera, and it all looks great. It's the right size, and most of all, it's clean. Right, enough of that already. Out with the old and in with the new. Let's get the new one installed. And now the most important part, let's test it out. And it seems to be working much better. At least all the keys are working properly now. At some point I might need to reopen it up and clean those pads a little bit more, but on the whole, I'm really pleased with this. It's working perfectly. Well, that all worked out perfectly. There are several different people producing membranes like this, and for all Amiga systems, so there's no excuse not to get your keyboard fixed. Thankfully, it was only my A600 that had a problem. Anyway, a short video this time, but there'll be more exciting videos coming up, so don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.